Hi, I'm Margie, salon owner and salon business coach, and welcome to my channel. Today, I want to talk about stop losing money by copying pricing because it costs you and it costs you big time. So you might find that your best-selling service is actually losing you money and you actually could be paying money to be carrying those treatments out. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to prove it to you and give you an easy 3-step price fix. Okay, this is a subject that I talk about often, regularly, all the time, because it's one of the biggest killers for successful salons and their sustainability. Okay, so I coach salon owners to price with confidence and profit. It's not fluff, it's not rubbish, it's just what works. So the problem is that most owners copy local prices and then quite frequently set a figure that isn't even reflective of the true value of what they're offering. I set a price that feels fair, maybe at the lower end, maybe at the middle end, and then hope that bookings make up the difference. Okay, that works until costs rise, right? They're rising all the time. Or your times blow out, particularly if you grow a team and your team's taking longer to do treatments. Okay, or maybe you've got to refund something. What happens is there's all these things that make your profit disappear. So if you use just three numbers that you look at for every service, so you know what your revenue is per treatment, you know what your true costs are per treatment, and then you've got to know what your net profit is per treatment. Net profit is the king here, okay? Because the true cost, it's more than just product. It actually also includes the setup of your room time, the cleanup as well, laundry, insurance, rent, merchant fees, admin time, wear and tear on equipment, wages. I find this gets left, particularly for solo salon owners, wages, your superannuation. And I'm not talking about minimum wages. I'm talking about paying yourself a decent wage that reflects the experience that you have. Superannuation, ex-GST. Okay, so net profit per treatment is the key. It tells you what to feature, what treatments you should be promoting, what you need to fix, and also what treatments you actually need to remove completely off your treatment offer. And aim for a minimum net margin of 20%, and that's the very bottom range. My students inside my coaching aim for much higher, and we base it on their skill sets and also the transformations that they offer. Okay, so a quick example that I've also shared with you before is like a 60-minute facial. Okay, so pricing a 60-minute facial at $89, when the true cost to deliver it is $76.42. That means that the net profit is $12.58 per treatment. This is a net profit margin of 14.1%, which is too low, and it puts pressure on your business. So you're in this situation and you see what your net profit margin is using my pricing analyzer. What can you change? There's a number of things. Price, obviously, you've got to price your treatments properly, the time it takes you to do the treatments, and then you look at the cost of what it costs you to do the treatments. So if you raise the price of that treatment to $119, keep the appointment at still 60 minutes. You can look at reducing wastage. Okay, so then what happens is your new net profit is $42.58 per treatment, which is 35% net profit margin. That's a much stronger position to be in. Okay, so here's the 3-step pricing fix, right? 1, 2, 3. Step 1, run your menu through my profit analyzer. Okay, put every single one of your treatments into it. You'll see what your net profit treatment is for every service. Then what you do is sort your net profit per treatment. Okay, so put the top 3, 4, 5 at the top and move your lowest profit services to the bottom. And you either reprice them, okay, you can bundle them perhaps with your more popular or higher priced profit treatments, or you reprice it or you get rid of it. Okay, or what you do is you only use them out of peak period time. So there's a number of different things that you can do with those services. most of the time, if you're not going to increase the net profit, or you're not going to increase the price so that your net profit is in that sort of 25% net profit percent upwards, remove it. Get rid of it. It's not making you any money, so why would you do it? Okay, the third step is to just make sure that you set a minimum net profit per treatment and make sure that you protect it. Okay, so you keep going back to making sure that you know that the pricing analyzer is up to date and that those treatments don't fall below that 25% net profit or below that 30% net profit. Okay. And as I said before, ideally, don't book your lower net profit margin services in peak hours. You want your peak hours to be making you the most maximum profit that you possibly can. Now, the common mistakes that I see is pricing your signature treatment or your most loved treatment or your hero treatment too low. Okay, you ignore the setup, the time it takes you to set it up, the cleanup time, and maybe what you're doing is you're letting chatting with your client push a 60-minute treatment to 75 minutes or a 45-minute treatment to 60 minutes, or you underestimate your merchant fees, your consumables, okay, or you forget your admin costs, bookkeeping, accounting, all of those sorts of costs. So this is not going to be difficult and it doesn't take very long. Just download the profit analyzer that I created. It's underneath this video. Put your 10 top services, okay? Post them inside my free school community for salon owners. Just go in there, put up what your 10 top services are, and I'll audit one live this week for you inside my community, okay? If you want help to rebuild your pricing menu in less than 90 days, people who join me in my Visionary Seller Mastery coaching program, which is a 90-day program, they have nailed their pricing in less than 2 weeks. And more importantly, they are very confident and clear on why their pricing has been put at that level. And then they learn how to very confidently implement the new pricing so that they do not lose clients. If this is you and you would like this help, you would like to be and experience what my students experience, then book a strategy call with me and we'll talk about your business, your needs, and how I can help you. So all of the links are below, and I'll see you in the next video.